So let's talk about Facebook first. So Facebook is a social media giant, right? They have approximately around 2.32 billion monthly active users. And basically, if you're not sure of how big that is, China's population is 1.42 billion. And if that's still, you still can't see how big that is, just think about 382 times of Singapore population. So that number of people is on Facebook every month. And they're also making $17 billion in terms of revenue every quarter, and it's increasing every 30% per year. Okay, Samsung is Facebook's largest advertisers. They invested $10 million in 3 weeks just to launch a product, but in return they received, in terms of profit, $129 million. Okay, so how many of you guys use Facebook advertising for your business? Oh, I've tried. 1, 2, 3. So just think about this. Facebook also released a statement that there are 3 million businesses around the world using Facebook advertising. And I'm not sure how many of them are actually part of your industry, but these are the people that you need to compete with to get your voice heard by your consumers. So how do you create the type of content that will capture their attention, and how do you churn up content so that you can constantly post up stuff onto your Facebook platform? Okay? So just a brief introduction about Plexxie. Plexxie is a creative and social media marketing agency. We also have an online community of creative freelancers, over 1,200 freelancers under our platform. And we offer creative social media marketing services alongside with creative freelancers for our clients' events and marketing projects. Our clients include Esplanade, CapitaLand, National Gallery, Funan, just to name a few of them. And we appear on these few press publications. So I see some familiar faces. Some of the slides are repeated slides from our previous workshops because these few slides are important that we want to share with every one of our attendees at every workshop. So the main thing that you want to do, right, for your digital marketing is, the main goal, right, is to grow your email list. We strongly believe in growing your email list, especially when we are working with our clients. So how do you grow your email list? So first of all, since we are talking about social media advertising, we look at social media ads. So you want to take all the audience from your social media ads. But it's not only from your social media ads, it can be from, like, if you release videos, if you write articles, you can get all this audience, right? And then you want to bring them into an opt-in form. Okay? So this opt-in form can be on your landing page, can be on your website, and also you can also use Facebook lead ads, which is something I will tell you more about later. Okay? And then what you want to send them is an email sequence. So this email sequence can be about 5 to 8 emails. And what you want to do here, right, is not to sell your product directly to them. What you want to do is to gain their trust. Gain their trust, build up on your rapport with them, and then you're going to offer them your product or your service. So what you can do is you can send an introduction about your business. After that, you can tell them more about, provide them valuable content. That's the most important thing, right? So you can do like a cheat sheet and a free 10-page ebook. That's not an ebook, it's an article, like 10-page article about something that they will be interested in. Okay, and then you're going to send them your service or your product and offer to that service or product. Okay, so let's look at Facebook lead ads and how it works in Facebook lead ads. I'm not sure if any one of you have tried using Facebook lead ads, but from our experience, instead of using a Facebook ads that will lead to your website, using Facebook lead ads actually increases your conversion by 5% more. Okay, so Facebook lead ads is where traditional ads, right, if you click on the sign up button, it will lead you to your website. Okay, in terms of Facebook lead ads, if you click on the sign up button or the user click on the sign up button, you'll still be on Facebook. So you're not exiting Facebook. So for example, if you click on the sign up button, if you look at it in traditional way, right, this is considered your landing page. So it's still on Facebook. So you can have your header, you can have your description and an image. And then if the user is interested, they click sign up. And then all this data, if you're using Facebook lead ads, is all pre-populated info based on Facebook information. So this info is already available on Facebook because that's what the user used to register on Facebook. And then if they submit their information, it will lead you to a thank you page. So using Facebook lead ads, like I mentioned earlier, 5% more conversion compared to traditional ads. Traditional ads on Facebook, and because it's fast for the user. Okay, so it's probably something that you want to explore if you have not tried it yet. Okay, let's look at a brief history of advertising. So in 1704, the first newspaper advertisement was released. In 1920, the first radio advertisement was released. And then in 1941, the first TV advertisement was released. Why am I showing you this? Because you can see the types of media that they use for the different advertisement. Okay, so for TV, right, the first TV advertisement is the one you see on the background. It's a watch company called Bulova, and what they did was they basically just used a static image, and then there's a voice over it. There's a voice over it. Yeah, there's a voice over. Okay. So what they said was, America uses Bulova time, and that's it. It cost them $9 to put it on TV. So that was the first ad that ever came out. That's a fun fact. In year 2000, the first Google came out, and then Google Ads. And 2006, Facebook came out, and then Facebook had Facebook Ads. Okay? I'm showing you this also because putting an ad, right, nowadays, is not as simple as whatever you put on. Let's say you have you work for an MNC, right? So you put up the ads on TV. It's not as simple as you grab whatever that is on TV, you put it on YouTube. It won't work. Okay? This is why. Because people have short attention span once they are on digital. And then you need to give them context. For example, on TV, usually the ads, your brand will come up at the end of the ads, right? But on YouTube, first 5 seconds, people can click skip ad. So you see the difference here? So you need to put your brand earlier for YouTube ads. Something like that. So what you need to give is context. So context really matters to your audience. Context means how are people consuming the content of your ads. Because if you put your ads on TV, you probably know where they are at. Okay? So they're probably at home or in their bedroom. So, but when you compare it to a social media advertising like Facebook, for example, what it states here is a Facebook newsfeed ad can be seen anywhere. So basically, it can be seen at home, in the office, on the bus, at any time, by anyone, in almost any format, and next to almost any content. So for example, another example that I can give you in terms of context, right, in terms of location context, it can be, let's say you are a travel insurance agent. What you can do in terms of location context is that you are targeting, the location is targeting Changi Airport, and you are only targeting Singaporeans. And then your ad copy can be, have you bought your travel insurance? So you're giving the people in Changi Airport context. They know why they are receiving the ads, and that will lead to more conversion. Okay? Another example is a retargeting ad. Who here has used retargeting ads before? One, okay. So retargeting ads, Amanda will explain more about it, but briefly, right, it basically means if someone visits your site, you will see the ad, and then you exit the website, you will see the ad on your newsfeed, basically like on Facebook or Instagram. Okay, so at different stages, in terms of if you are really looking at the context, right, in different stages of where the audience exit from your website, you will show them different ads. Okay, so let's look at if the audience exit the website just when they are viewing the shoes. If they exit from that page, they will see this ad, look fantastic in our new shoes, add to cart. And then if you look at the other end of the funnel, if they exit the page when they just bought the shoes, you shouldn't ignore them, because you should show them ads that, for example, this bag will do well with the shoes you just bought. So you are giving them the context of where they exited from the page, because they can how do I say it? They can see why they are looking at why they are receiving the ads, and then higher chances of them clicking on it. Okay. So again, this is I want to show you the snapshot of the different social media platforms that are common. So basically, why I'm showing you this is because so that you can see which social media platforms you can use for your business. Okay, so for example, on Facebook, 2.32 billion monthly active users, age range mostly 25 to 44-year-olds on Facebook. And then what type of content should you post? Videos and curated content. But we compare that to Instagram with only 1 billion, not only lah, but comparing it to Facebook, 1 billion monthly active users, and they have an age range, a younger age range or a younger audience from 16 to 29. And what type of contents work well on Instagram are high-res photos, quotes, and IG stories. And also vertical videos, where you record the videos up front, vertically instead of horizontally. Okay? So this is just a snapshot to see where your target market are and which platform should you use. And all these platforms have social media advertising platforms on them. Okay? So talk about social media advertising.
Okay, so social media advertising is basically online paid advertisements that you commonly see when you scroll through your social media accounts like Facebook, Instagram, and the ones that appear before YouTube. So why should you use social media advertising? Because the first point is that they are able to target specific audiences. So you're able to control the whole advertisement from the gender, the age range, and down to the location. So for example, if you own a co-working space and you're looking for like more prospects to join your co-working space, you can basically range the age around 25 to 35 years old who are probably starting a business or already have a business and are looking for co-working offices. And then from there, you can locate the advertisement location in different heavily populated office areas like Orchard or even here or CBD area. So basically people who are using the social media accounts in that area will be able to see your advertisements, which is more niche. Okay, and it is also a cheaper A/B testing. A/B testing is basically testing two advertisements at the same time using one differentiating factor. So advertisement A can be using static image and advertisement B can be using a video. So from there, it also gives you the ability to track data to see which one actually works better with your audience. It's cheaper compared to traditional marketing like TV commercials, printed commercials like magazines and newspaper. And there is also a flexibility in ad types. You don't have to stick to just like a commercial film for TV or a print for magazines and stuff. You can choose to either do infographics, even GIFs or static images, whatever works. Okay? So how do you know what type of content actually resonates with your target audience for your business? What Plexxie does is that we go through the advertising experiment process. So the first step is to post a very basic content. Don't really have to spend much money or time on it. If you don't have creative background, like you don't really know how to use design, of course you have to hire someone else. But basically there are a lot of free social media tools that allows you to do basic content. One of it is Canva, right, that we also use ourselves. But for this process to work, you have to have a certain number of following already so that you are able to reach a certain amount of people. So if you do not have any following, because like you're completely new, no worries, like you're able to spend maybe a minimum amount of $3 to $5 per day. It's very affordable in order just to reach a sufficient amount. From there, when you boost your basic content, if you do not have followers, that's where you'll be able to gather user feedback from the people. When you gather the feedback, see how they're engaging with your posts. Are they even engaging with your posts? Do they like it? Is it a positive feedback or is it something negative? Are people leaving comments telling you that, oh, it shouldn't be this way? That's where you should take their feedback, improve on your current basic content, and then create a whole new content until you're satisfied with the result and you feel that, okay, this is where I would like to spend $100 per day for an entire week to reach out to this certain amount of followers to your target audience. So that's where you amplify your content. Okay, So if the whole issue is not having enough content or not being able to come up with any content for your business because of your business type, or I'm not sure what it is about, Martin will bring you through on how you can actually find that.
Yeah. So I came across this content model, creating a content model by this guy. His name is Gary Vee. I'm not sure if anybody heard about him before. So Gary Vee is an expert in terms of social media marketing. So he came up with this article which is online. It's called Gary Vee's content model. So I'm going to explain to you how you can churn out a lot of content, basically from just one main content. Okay. So what you need is a pillar content. So it's a long form content. I'll explain to you more about this. So a pillar content, from there you're going to create multiple short form contents from the pillar content, and then you are going to create more short form content from the micro content and the pillar content based on audience feedback. So this is what you can do or what you need for this to work. Okay? So if you look at it in terms of a timeline model, right? So basically you take the pillar content. Okay, so a pillar content, right, can be something that is probably around 5 minutes to 10 minutes or even more in terms of duration. Okay, so for example, right now we are recording this workshop. Okay, so we are recording this workshop because this workshop is considered our pillar content. Okay, so take the pillar content and you can upload it to Facebook, YouTube, and IGTV, Instagram TV. So Facebook, YouTube, IGTV. Why you can only upload on these platforms? Because these platforms, because long duration content work well on these few platforms. Okay, so after you do that, you can also take out micro content from that pillar content. So for example, this workshop, right? I'm talking about Gary Vee's content model. From the video that we are recording, I'm just going to take out this section, okay? And that will be my micro content. And whatever things that I'm saying that can be quotable, it will be my micro content. So you're going to take from one pillar content and you're going to create multiple forms of micro content. And not only that, you can also take out whatever is, like, let's say you have a VO, like voiceover in the pillar content, you can take it out and put it as an article. You can put it out on LinkedIn, put it out on WordPress. You can even use some parts of the pillar content and use it as answers on Quora if you are using Quora. So Quora is an ask and answer platform. So you can even use it as an answer to a platform, and you can put it, and you can even send it out as an email newsletter. Okay, so from all this content, right? So the pillar content, the micro content, the articles, you're going to gather community insight. What this means is that you are going to gather, for example, if someone commented on my pillar content and said that, hey, whatever you said from 15 minute 30 seconds to 15 minute 45 seconds is something that I've been working on from the start, and then there's a lot of likes on it. So and then for some reason you didn't take that part of the content out as your micro content, you can use that content and push it out again as a community-driven micro content. So you see where I'm going with this? So from one pillar content, you can create multiple forms of content, and then based on what your community is saying or giving you feedback, you can push it out some more. Okay, so in that case, you can create probably minimum 20 types of content from just one pillar content. Okay?
Yeah. So another form of attracting your consumers' attention is ads retargeting. So like you guys use ads retargeting before, right?
Yes.
Or him? Okay. Yeah. So I'm just gonna bring you through. So social media retargeting is basically retargeting consumers who have already shown interest in your business or in related business. So for example, a real life example, I was shopping for shoes online last month. So I am a potential customer. I was shopping on Converse. So I'm a potential customer of Converse. I visited their site, but as I was about to check out the shoe, basically I had to tend to something else. I left the app, I left my phone on the table, and then I forgot about it. Then when I went home at night and I was on Facebook, and as I was scrolling through, the same ad from Converse actually popped up with the shoe that I actually checked into my shopping cart. So that reminded me, and I went back to the store to purchase it again. So whatever they did is that they created a retargeting campaign on social media. So when I was on Facebook, basically they retargeted me and won me back. And basically I converted from a prospect into a customer. Although I already had the intentions of buying the shoe, but because I forgot about it, if I didn't see the ad, I would probably have purchased it maybe a month later. So basically, social media retargeting is more powerful than you think. It is said to be 10 times higher than, it is said to work 10 times better than a normal advertisement. And about 70% of prospects usually convert into customers with retargeting ads. So this is something that you can try. And even after, like till now, I'm still receiving advertisements about shoes from other companies like Adidas, Nike. So it's like relatable companies, which I still enjoy because it is something I like to see. It is something that I need and I like to buy. So retargeting ad really works. So before I end, we're just going to bring you through 3 case studies that you can basically take as an example, as an inspiration, and to implement it for your own business. So the first one, Starbucks. Basically, Starbucks is known to have a very quirky, casual online personality for their social media accounts. So what they did was like a contextual advertisement whereby they made use of the blizzard that happened in America in 2013. They basically took random images of people holding mugs of coffee, and they just used the caption "Snow Day" to remind people about the weather. So what they did was like a situational context whereby they really made use of the people's situation in America to boost the post. So since people like talking about weather, right? It's a conversational starter. They literally took that and they boosted it on Facebook and Twitter. And even though it's like so easy, it's so simple and stuff, their sales was crazy for that year, for that month during the blizzard. And they even trended. So they named the blizzard #Nemo, which became a top trend on Twitter for that year as well. So you can Google, you can go and see what else that they did, but this is one of the good examples that I think is really simple.
So for Plexxie also, we used at the start, because we wanted to grow our community of freelancers, right? So we used Facebook ads. Okay, so our tactic was specifically we wanted to target photographers in India. So what we did was we went to Amazon. We went to Amazon and we searched on photography, and we looked at the top selling books on photography. Okay, so over here you have the first two results. So how to create stunning digital photography and Petapixel digital photography complete course. Okay, so we took the title and we took the author's name and we put it into Facebook ads targeting, right? So we tried to search if these book titles or if the authors have any pages, have any Facebook page, because their audience are the people that we want to attract. So we put it up, and the only page that appeared was Petapixel. So we went with Petapixel, and then in the end we only spent $30 on it, but we managed to receive 93 sign-ups. So per complete registration is only 30 cents. But when you compare that to other advertising, other ads that we tried, right, we only received, let's say $20, we only received 18 sign-ups. So that's like $1 per sign-up. So this is also another hack that you can use for your business. Okay.
And the last example is basically the use of influencer marketing, which is a form of capturing attention as well with the influencers' audiences. So like I said, it works if you really target the right ones. So Funan was one of our clients. They had an event going on last year at National Design Centre called the Playground of Infinite Happiness event. So what they wanted us to do was to basically raise awareness about that event and to also get people to join the giveaway campaign of the event. So this requires audiences to actually make the effort to go down to the space, to take picture in that space and to participate in a competition. So because Funan was targeting more of like lifestyle and beauty, that's why we reached out to these three influencers and we managed to generate 628 new organic followers in 10 days. So organic means like we didn't pay at all. Many companies out there or agencies who are hired by companies, they actually pay for followers, which you can see in the engagement rate that it doesn't really correlate. So if you are planning on buying followers, don't do so. The total impression rate was about 122,000 and the total reach was 83,000. So impression is basically how many times it appears on one person's social media accounts. So if it appears 5 times, that is 5 counts. Reach is basically unique views. So if it appears 5 times on your account, you are only considered as one reach, one person. Okay? And the total engagement was about 11,000. So we calculated the engagement rate on social media as well as the people who participated in the campaign. So to us, this was quite successful for 10 days, which if you are interested in influencer marketing, you can try as well. And ultimately, just remember that you should always provide value to your audiences. That's the best way of capturing attention when they know how valuable your contents actually are, your business is, and always be genuine in wanting to help rather than hard selling and just thinking about your business and not thinking about them. So we've come to the end. Before we open the floor for